So yesterday, January 17th at a little bit afternoon, we received some calls from shots fired at the Indian Point subdivision. The address was 296. The victims, the 3 people that were murdered, were staying at a rental property and they were having vehicle trouble. And so they had actually extended their stay waiting on service for this vehicle. The first call we received was at 12:14 p.m. There were shots fired in the neighborhood. Our deputies responded at 12:19. The first deputy was on scene, and upon his arrival, he saw the 3 bodies laying in the yard. He called for more assistance. Other deputies responded. We set up a perimeter, and by 1:13 p.m., we located the suspect inside the address at 298 Indian Point, which is the house next door to where the people were shot. The suspect was arrested eventually and transported to Osceola County Jail, and he was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, premeditated murder, and you all saw today he had his first appearance with no bond, so he's being held there. I'll say this, we lost 3 people, which is sad because it's 3 tourists that come here to visit our area. It's cold-blooded, it was premeditated, there was absolutely no issues, there was no conflict between these people. This is just random, and this happened to be the person who lived next door. These guys were the victims, but because our deputies responded so quick, we actually flushed the guy back into his house and kept him out in public because had we not been there, there were other people out and about that could have been victims as well.
Any idea at this point how long those victims were staying at the house before this happened?
We're still looking into that. I don't know. Typically a rental like that would be a week, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure. We'll know more as we engage in the investigation. We're looking into that right now.
So these were just people who showed up to vacation here?
Yes.
Do we know where they came from?
We do. We've made notification to 2 of the family members. We're still trying to locate the 3rd one. I just spoke to our sergeant about that. We're having difficulty locating the next of kin for the 3rd person. So once we get that person notified, we'll make their names available and we'll also tell you where they're from.
Were all the victims related to each other or different?
2 were related and 1 was not.
So what's the one that wasn't that you're still waiting for?
Yeah, we're struggling to find next of. We just found a relative, we think, so we're reaching out to that area's jurisdiction, law enforcement, see if they can contact the family for us.
Any idea at this point what, if anything, precipitated this?
As of right now, we have nothing. It just looks like a random. But again, the investigation, it's ongoing, it's fresh, it's new. We're just a little bit over 24 hours into it, so we're trying to gather the facts so we can give you guys. I don't want to give you bad information, I want to give you good information. So we're going to try to give you better information. And we're going to look at this again Tuesday. Obviously, our office is closed tomorrow, but the detectives are still working through the MLK holiday tomorrow. So as information becomes available through Kim and myself, we'll make it more available to you.
And so where the suspect was found, that was his home where the 3 tourists were at. They were renting out that place.
Correct. And then we did a search warrant on the house where the suspect was at, and we found some stuff in there. That we found 2 weapons there that we're going to make sure, send them off the lab to see if they were actually used in the commission of the crime.
Any other families staying with him at the house? Anybody else?
There was one, but he left the day before.
So he was there alone when this happened?
No, he was gone. He left, what's today, Sunday? So it had been Friday morning, he left Friday. And then the other.
The suspect?
The suspect?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
And this person, the suspect, was known to the sheriff's department?
Yes.
Do we understand?
Yes.
Any thoughts to, how do you feel personally to see, somebody being out on the streets like this and, that could potentially pose a,
I can tell you he was a threat to that neighborhood all the time. We had a lot of calls for service on this person in that area. So he was a known person, a frequent flyer to the sheriff's office.
Now, I understand some of the previous case involving this guy. Is there anything anything you could speak to that about his mental capacity or anything like that?
I read what you read, I'm sure, just what the ruling was in the court. That's all my knowledge of it. Again, when we get back here Tuesday with our detectives, we're going to have a full brief on the case to see where we're at and discuss that stuff as well.
Can you describe to us the nature of some of the complaints that you were getting prior to this?
I'm just disturbing the peace.
Are there multiple rental homes in this neighborhood, or is it just a few?
I don't know.
Are you?
We are the largest collection of Airbnbs in North America, so I would assume there's more in that area, but I don't know for sure.
Are you happy he's off the streets?
Absolutely. And again, thank God our deputies for getting there as quick as they did to stop any further carnage, because he killed 3 people innocently. So who knows where else he was going, but I believe when we responded, The deputies saw him, he ran back behind the house, and we flushed him back into his house. So we kept him in there so he wasn't a threat to the public then.
Who made the call?
I don't know. Yeah, multiple calls.
Anybody other than those 3 victims who were staying at the house at the time?
That's the one I mentioned earlier. One left the day before.
Oh, okay, so there were 4 people at the house.
Initially 4, one left on Friday, and 3 were there Saturday. And they were there because the vehicle they drove had problems. They couldn't start the vehicle. So they were waiting on somebody to bring them another vehicle. Anything else?